Hi, my name is Emily Stooksberry, and I'm going to tell you why it is important to become a foster parent. Being a foster parent is the hardest thing you will ever do, but it is also the most important and rewarding. According to the state of Tennessee, there are more than 7,000 children in foster care. My husband and I have been foster parents, and we are currently in the process of getting our license renewed to become licensed foster parents again. There is a huge need in this state and in the whole country for loving parents to open their homes to children in the foster care system. As citizens of this state, it is in our best interest to care for the future of our state, the children, and to support their health and their well-being. Being a foster parent is very hard. It is emotional, but it is so very rewarding, and it is truly life-changing for everybody involved. Now that I've shared with you why you should become a foster parent, let me tell you how to become a foster parent. The first thing you should do is go to the state of Tennessee's state website and go to the foster care tab. Under this tab, there's all the information you will need to begin your journey. A recent addition to the tab, and according to the state's website, you should connect with Every Child Tennessee, which is an agency that will help you get paired with the specific resources and the agencies that will help you get licensed. After you choose an agency, you will start taking the 10 key classes. You will get certified in first aid, and you will complete a home study. Once your home study is done, which is an in-depth view of what your home looks like, and you finish all your paperwork, which includes references, background checks, fingerprinting, and a bunch of history about you, your spouse, and any other adults who live in your home. Once all of that is submitted and your homestead is completed, you wait. For my husband and I, the waiting period when we first got licensed was approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds. After we got the call that we were officially licensed foster parents, we hung up the phone, got excited, and then received a second phone call that told us that there was a child who had been matched with our family, and if we were willing to take her, we would have a child in our home that evening. We were very excited, and we did accept the placement. The day-to-day of being a foster parent looks very similar to just generally being a parent. Initially, there is a transition period and a honeymoon phase that can be very challenging as both you and the child get used to being in your home. During the transition period, there may be doctor's appointments that happen. There may be court appearances. There will also most likely be meetings with caseworkers and potentially counselors to make sure that everybody is on the same page and settling well. The appointments and court visits can be overwhelming, but rest assured there are caseworkers and plenty of people who are able to help you walk through the process. I personally got very lucky from a court perspective because my husband is an attorney, and he was able to personally help me understand all of the legal things pertaining to having a child in our home, and also just the case in general with the child we had. One big reminder as you start your journey is that permanency can look different for every situation. That is something that I don't think I was fully prepared for, because permanency doesn't necessarily mean that the child will stay in your home forever. The ultimate goal of foster care is reunification with birth parents as long as the situation is safe. So permanency can look very different for every single child. That is something you definitely need to make sure that you fully understand going into being a foster parent. Ultimately, I could spend hours talking about being a foster parent, but I will leave you with these thoughts in conclusion. Being a foster parent is a very challenging and rewarding experience. The system can be very overwhelming to try to learn and understand, but the children who are in the system need people who are willing to put in the work. Over the weekend, I watched the movie Wicked Part 2. There was a line in the song that really stood out to me and felt very relevant for how I feel about being a foster parent. The song goes, "Because I knew you, I have been changed for the better." That is a perfect example of what it feels like to welcome kids into your home, and no matter what happens with their case, I truly believe that because I knew them, I have truly been changed for good.